Jermaine Lamar Cole, better known as J. Cole, was born on January 28, 1985, on a U.S. military base in Frankfurt, Germany. His father was a black American soldier who eventually abandoned the family, while his mother, a white American postal worker and Army veteran, took Cole and his older brother Zach and moved into Fayetteville, North Carolina. Fayetteville, often referred to by locals as the Ville, would come to define Cole's story. It was in this southern town filled with both hardship and heart that Cole began to build the foundation of who he would eventually become. He's never shied away from telling the world about the real-life struggle he faced growing up, his mother working late shifts, battling poverty and racism, and how he and his brother had to grow up fast in a city that didn't offer much hope. But even in the midst of these challenges, Cole found peace in one thing: music. As a child, Cole was introverted and thoughtful. At just 12 years old, he started rapping, inspired by the lyricism of Tupac, the storytelling of Nas, and the confidence of Jay-Z. It wasn't just a hobby, it was an obsession. He began writing verses in his notebooks religiously, and eventually took up producing to give himself full creative control. His mother saw his passion and gifted him a beat machine, which became his first real step into the world of music production. Cole, performing under the early name Therapist, quickly evolved into a local legend in Fayetteville, making beats, rapping over them, and pushing himself to match the lyrical standard of the greats he idolized. What made Cole special wasn't just his skills, it was how seriously he took the craft. He wasn't trying to ride waves. He was determined to be one of the greatest storytellers in hip-hop. In 2003, with nothing but a dream and some homemade CDs in his bag, Cole left North Carolina and moved to New York City for college. He enrolled at St. John's University, majoring in communications. It wasn't an easy transition. He was broke, living in rough neighborhoods, and often scraping together change for food. But New York represented something bigger to Cole: proximity to the industry. While studying, he was also making beats, recording mixtapes, and sending his music to anyone who would listen. He famously stood outside Rockefeller Records in the rain, hoping to give Jay-Z one of his beat CDs. Security guards turned him away. At that moment, many would have folded, but not Cole. That rejection only made him grind harder. He knew he had what it took. It was just a matter of when the world would catch up. That breakthrough finally came in 2007 when Cole dropped his first mixtape, The Come Up. It was raw and hungry, full of punchlines and gritty production. But it was his second mixtape, The Warm Up, in 2009 that really began to shake the underground. The project was praised for its introspection, lyricism, and emotional storytelling. Songs like Lights Please caught the attention of none other than Jay-Z himself. That same year, Cole became the first artist signed to Roc Nation. The years of waiting outside offices, crafting his own beats, and keeping faith in his dream had paid off. But instead of basking in the industry spotlight, Cole kept building. He released Friday Night Lights in 2010, a mixtape that critics and fans still consider one of the most polished and powerful mixtapes ever. It was clear, J. Cole wasn't just another rapper, he was a visionary. In 2011, Cole dropped his long-awaited debut album, Cole World, The Sideline Story, which debuted at No. 1 on the Billboard 200. He had officially arrived. But even with a #1 album, he felt the pressure to balance commercial expectations with his desire to remain authentic. That conflict would shape much of his career. In 2013, Cole released Born Sinner, a darker and more personal project that saw him challenge themes of faith, fame, and inner conflict. But it was in 2014 that J. Cole delivered his magnum opus, 2014 Forest Hills Drive, an album named after his childhood home. The album was a masterpiece of self-reflection, ambition, and identity. Without a single feature, it went double platinum and earned Cole a spot in hip-hop history. It wasn't just the music, it was the message. Cole was telling his fans that success doesn't mean selling out, and you can still make it without compromising who you are. As his career progressed, Cole became more than a rapper. he became a philosopher with a mic. In 2016, he released For Your Eyez Only, an emotionally charged project dedicated to his close friend, who was killed and left behind a daughter. The album explored fatherhood, systemic racism, and mortality. Then came KOD in 2018, which tackled addiction, social media culture, and greed, all while debuting at #1. Cole's music was no longer just about his story, it was about everyone's story. He represented the inner voice of an entire generation. Quietly, without the need for drama or gimmicks, J. Cole had become one of the most respected artists in the world. Outside the studio, Cole made major moves. He launched Dreamville Records and helped nurture some of hip-hop's brightest stars, including J.I.D., Earth Gang, Ari Lennox, and Boss. Dreamville became known for its quality and authenticity, just like its founder. In 2019, Cole headlined the first ever Dreamville Festival in North Carolina, giving back to the very community that raised him. And in 2021, he surprised fans again by stepping onto a different kind of court. He signed a contract to play professional basketball in the Basketball Africa League for the Rwanda Patriots. It was yet another example of how far vision, discipline, and hard work could take someone. J. Cole's story is one of endurance. He didn't blow up overnight, and he didn't sell his soul for success. He took the long road, the patient one, the one filled with trials, self-doubt, and lessons.